When I was young, I played hide and seek. Today's story is related to hide and seek. Hwazii lived near a shanty town when he was a child. At that time, the shanty town was to be renovated, and all the people had moved away. But for some reason, the project has been stagnant and has not started. Naturally, it became the best place for children nearby to play. One time, Hwazii and his friends from the neighborhood played hide and seek in this shanty town, playing until 6 o'clock in the evening. It was because it was almost time for dinner, and going home late was afraid of being scolded by the parents, so everyone agreed to play the last one. Hwazii has a stubborn character, he thought, since it's the last one, I have to hide well. First, they hid half of the place in the shanty town, which they usually don't come to play. Therefore, the parents have repeatedly warned that this is a dangerous place, very dangerous, but every child has moved away. But this time, Hwazii doesn't care whether it's dangerous or not. When he saw that there was no one around, he found a house and crawled in. The house was already dilapidated, and it was obvious that it had a sense of the times. There were weeds all over the place, and the walls had collapsed a lot. Hwazii didn't say a word and squatted in the weeds in the left corner of the house, nervously listening to the movements outside. People have the instinct of animals, and this child is more sensitive. Squatting, Hwazii felt that there seemed to be someone looking at him on the right. At that time, it was getting dark, and Hwazii stared at the weeds on the right, as if someone was squatting in the grass like him. At that time, Hwazii wanted to ask, "Who are you?" As a result, there was really a person squatting in the grass on the right, and the person said, "My name is Su Chunmi. I am playing hide and seek with friends." When Hwazii heard this news, he was surprised. She is a sister, but it is strange that he has never heard of this girl's name. So Hwazii asked again, "Who are you playing hide and seek with?" Su Chunmi listed a series of names one after another. But it's strange that Hwazii has never heard of any of them, until the last name, which is the same as Hwazii's father's name. For a while, neither of them spoke, and the surroundings were so quiet that it was depressing, and slowly the day was completely dark. Hwazii was very strange. Why didn't any friends come to find him? Even if you can't find it at the end of the game, someone will call him to leave. "What happened today at this time?" Su Chunmi suddenly said, "I'm a little scared, can I hide with you?" Before Hwazii could answer, the girl had already walked over slowly. She was about the same height as Hwazii, with short hair to her ears. Because it was too dark, it was not clear. At this time, Hwazii suddenly felt inexplicably uneasy, his heart was beating faster and faster, and his intuition told him that this place was very dangerous. So Hwazii stood up and walked out directly, saying, "It's too late, I have to go back, and you go home early." As soon as Hwazii's voice fell, Su Chunmi had already quickened her pace and ran over. When Hwazii saw that there were only a few steps left in front of him, a voice suddenly rang in his mind, "Run quickly." In this way, Hwazii ran out of the house. After leaving the house, the tension, fear, and heartbeat inexplicably disappeared. Hwazii turned to look at the house he had just run out of, and Su Chunmi was standing at the door of the house at that time. The moonlight outside the house shone down, shining on Hwazii, and the house was particularly dark. With the moonlight, Hwazii could only barely see the outline of the girl. Hwazii waved to her and said, "Goodbye, go back early." After that, Hwazii ran home with all his strength. It was already very late when he got home, and he was scolded by his mother, and then he went to eat. At the dining table, Hwazii told his parents about this matter. Suddenly, his father's chopsticks fell to the ground, staring at Hwazii and asking, "Are you sure that girl is called Su Chunmi?" Hwazii nodded and described the girl's approximate height and hairstyle. Dad was silent for a long time, then took out his mobile phone and turned to the bedroom. After a while, several uncles came to this family one after another, all of whom were Dad's childhood friends. Dad asked Hwazii where he had just hidden, and went out with friends with flashlights. The next day at noon, Dad finally came back, looking very tired. After coming back, he went home to sleep without saying a word. Hwazii is not very clear about what happened later, but since then, his parents never let him play there again. Hwazii asked many times why, but every time in the end, the parents were a bit irritable. Well, let's see you in the next story.